Like to talk to you about data governance today. We're going to have a very short video explaining what data governance is and how you can get it going for your organization with some important quick tips. Um, one of the questions that we all get from some of the clients, and we talk about data governance, is okay, so what do I have to have in my program? What are the essential elements for my program to be successful? So, and we are incorporating this as an idea of what components your program should have. The first one is going to be your policies and procedures. Trying to explain what is the company you're trying to achieve with this program, and then how they're going to implement it through process and procedures for the teams to be successful in implementation. You're going to have some regulatory compliance obligations related data handling, and specifically about breach notifications. So there's going to be some components that are going to be external of your organization that are going to affect about how you implement your data governance. Then you're going to have some stakeholders that are going to be internal from your organization. You want to collaborate with your finance team. You want to collaborate with your marketing team. You want to collaborate with your HR team to understand how they are using information and how they are creating intellectual property for your organization. It's not the same thing to protect, a pricing on a quote that you're sending to one of your clients versus, the picture of the last picnic event that you have at the company, right? So there's going to be different sensitivity levels that you're going to apply for that information. Then there's going to be other components like your data flows, your process flows, so how information is flowing, your catalog about how I'm going to start documenting this information or where they need to be. This is a major problem that a lot of our clients suffer is, okay, so where do I put this information? Where is the official place that I need to store this information whenever I am conducting business? Then, of course, your security controls, your privacy controls related to the type of data that you're handling. It's very important that you have some KPIs that are going to dictate if your program, your data governance program is successful. And of course, your communication plan. You work with your peers, you work with other people in the team, and they need to understand what you're trying to do. Now, when we talk about what is the data governance program trying to do, what the data governance program is trying to do is to control the life cycle of the information and give you an idea about how to create, store, use, share, archive, and destroy the different pieces of information that you're going to produce. If you don't remember anything from today, remember that you are trying to have better controls, better understanding about these six steps in your life cycle of the data. Now, I'm going to give you a very short idea of how you can get this going for your organization. 3 quick steps. The first one is going to be start working in your process, build your catalog, and then implement controls. I'm going to give you an idea on the process. So this may be an application document for like a bank, right? They will have someone who submits an application, someone who reviews the application, approve the application for a loan credit, for example, and then someone who is going to disperse the application, and then of course that loan will go to servicing. So as you can see, what I did in this process flow that I mapped, I put each of those life cycles that we saw before, categorizing how that loan application, that's the piece of information that you want to govern, is going to go through that life cycle in this process. And then when you know that, you now start mapping, okay, who are the actors that they need to interface with that piece of information, where it's going to be stored, how it's created, how you're going to share the information. Are you going to use email? Are you going to use SharePoint? Are you going to use Dropbox? You start mapping all those things in so you understand how that works. And when you have this done, then the question is, okay, how do I protect this? Well, the first piece would be classification. As we discussed before, there's going to be some information that is regulated. There's going to be some information that is sensitive to your organization and requires better controls. And then there's going to be information that don't require those controls. You can leverage data loss prevention. For example, if you're using Microsoft, it's a great tool to understand how these pieces of information are moving around within your organization and outside the organization to protect that piece of information. So this will be the last piece of this three-step process. Now that you understand how that data is moving, you will be able to protect that data with these controls. So let's close this very short video with some takeaways. The first one is start small. Pick one process, a partner in the business, and try to get this going with a certain piece of information that you're trying to control. Prioritize those pieces of information within the process that are going to be relevant for you to define the controls. And when you see that this is working, celebrate the quick wins, because this is super important for you to demonstrate success. And from there, improve. Remember, information security is a journey, is going to be something that you never stop. And data governance program is not going to be different. It's a complex, but you can get small and become more mature as you go.